Sometimes you just look at a tactic and you think, I want to try something a little bit stupid, a little bit daft, a little bit crazy. That's what I did with the last tactic we released, the Gonzalez, which had great success. You'll see from the previous video. But today I decided to take it up a notch in the stupid stakes. Are you ready?
Are you ready? Yes!
What's happening, folks? There is the Gonzalez tactic that was on the channel the other day, and it's had some great success with 3 up front and that poor lone guy in midfield. In fact, I've just got off stream just this minute and we won 14 matches in a row for Anderlecht to make it 14 out of 14 in the league. But I wanted to try something different. It's not your normal 4-3-3, it's not a 4-4-2. In fact, I don't even know what you'd call it. And the first poor victims of this tactic were going to be Sevilla over in La Liga. So it was plugged in and ready to go, and you can see it says 4-3-3 DM. That's not strictly true, but we'll get to that. A season full of super solid results, some big wins, and you'll notice not a lot of defeats. This led to a 4th place finish qualifying for the Champions League in La Liga, and we only lost 2 matches. And not only that, we were the 2nd top scorers in the league, only behind Real Madrid with 90 goals, and we conceded thereabouts of 1 goal a game at 40. Yusuf En-Nesyri banged in 25 in 36 matches for 32 overall. He definitely enjoyed this tactic. We then went over to Holland and AZ Alkmaar. Now there's big teams in Holland like Feyenoord, PSV and Ajax. How did they fare? Well, I knew it was looking good when we played Ajax pretty early on, and a fantastic free kick gave us the lead. And then in the closing stages, Coop Miners with the ball forward, and they can see Poku running through, gives us a 2-0 win over the best team in Holland. In fact, again, like Sevilla, some super solid results, including some 8-goal and 7-goal wins. Some little defeats here and there to teams like Nice in their Conference League. That clutch of games there was probably the only time that we lost a few games, and we responded, finishing pretty strongly, which led to a 3rd place finish in the Eredivisie, finishing above PSV and only 3 points off the title. So we covered 2 mid-level sort of teams that had done really well, 3rd and 4th place. Then we went down to League 2 and Sutton United, who predicted to finish about 15th. In a notoriously tough, long league, 46 games, top scorer was Charlie Kendall with 35 goals for the season, but 33 in 39 games in League 2. His performance and the team as overall led them to winning the title in League 2 with 89 total points. In fact, pretty solid stuff, scoring 73 and only conceding 45 in the 46 games. And when you see the tactic, you'll wonder how that's even possible. In fact, when I made the Gonzalez tactic last time, someone commented saying, how did you get 2 trequartistas to work in League 2? Well, we've done it again. Without further ado, folks, this is the Nesyri. You can see that tactic there. Your eyes do not deceive you. I know. What am I thinking? Now, in essence, this tactic was born from the Gonzalez. Like I said in my last video, all my tactics are kind of built from a previous tactic that I know works. If I suddenly click on the Gonzalez tactic, all you can see there is that the 2 trequartistas have kind of moved back into a wider role. But look how much it focuses with the fullbacks. Also some changes here and there in the team instructions and role changes, especially the wing-backs at the back. But in essence, it's the Gonzalez just tweaked. So when building it, I looked at the Gonzalez tactic there and I thought, these guys have got pretty much free roam anyway. They roam around, they do what they want. What would happen if we tripled up down the flanks like that? So you have combo play from the wing-backs, the inverted wingers and the 2 trequartistas. I mean, it's kind of worked, right? Now let's be clear, I'm not saying this is a world-beating tactic and you're going to win everything, but if you're playing against a team that are really narrow, for example, and you want to expose them down the flanks, maybe playing a formation similar to that, what's saying you can't double up on the flanks and really overload the sides? It's an interesting theory. If you have used the Gonzalez tactic, the team instructions, I think they're pretty much the same, but you can see when we're focusing down the left and we're overlapping, same with the right, it's all about that wide play. So getting these 2 guys here, A and B, involved as well, just means you're totally overloading. Obviously, the detriment is you're going to leave this guy in the middle, pretty isolated, classy in this instance. But still, by having the wing-backs on defending this one, rather than the Gonzalez one on support, they're not going to go too high up, so they're going to be in and around him a little bit more. Now your striker's going to be pivotal, obviously. Now in the AZ Alkmaar save here, it was Pavlidis, and he managed to bang in 36 and 44. Like Sutton had the top scorer, so did AZ Alkmaar, and so did Sevilla. So that position there, vital. As is the deep line playmaker role. Now if you can find a player with good mentals, specifically his positioning, his vision and his decisions, you're going to be laughing because he's got a lot to do in this area here. Normally I test it with an elite team and it's normally Inter, and I haven't done a full season with them, but I've just had a game there against Milan and it looks pretty good so far, beating AC Milan in a friendly. So I'm going to play a few games in the season now, we'll see how that goes at the end of the video. So I'm just playing for it at the minute, we've won every match, and there's a kind of goal you're going to get. Correa one Trequartista to Mkhitaryan the other Trequartista. Movement all over the place. How about the heat map? Now focus and play down the left and right, you can see why here. So you've got the two inverted wingers next to the two Trequartistas, and you've got the fullbacks holding back. So if you get too exposed, they're going to be there to provide the cover. When we've got the ball, for example, I've just paused it, you can see, look, Correa and Dumfries literally side by side. Same as Mkhitaryan and Hakan. So if you can get the ball down there, they're invariably going to be outnumbering their opposition, especially if the two wing-backs get involved as well. Like now, Gosens has got the ball and he's got all this space because these guys don't know whether to go to him or to mark up. Now in defence, this is where it works out quite well. You can see Correa there has won the ball back. Remember, he's the most advanced Trequartista, so normally if your midfielder treks back, you've got no one up here then. But here we've got Darmian, the right wing-back, and in front of him the inverted winger in Dumfries. So Correa's got the ball now. He's turned into the right back. The other two, Dumfries and Darmian, have bombed on. As Correa plays it back to Skriniar, you can see Darmian's got all that space now. Remember, he's the wing back. In front of him normally he's got an inverted winger and a Trek, but he's got the ball now. He's got the ability to move forward. He finds Lautaro, and that puts us 3-0 up. So it's good fun, not to be taken too seriously. Don't use it for a full season because it probably won't work, but it's nothing to say you can't use elements of that tactic in various matches if you're struggling to break a team down. Give it a go. Player instructions, by the way.